Hello everyone! Welcome to another Let's Play of Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney. My name is Anna Mardell, and today we are going to go to trial. This is part 4 of the Turnabout Samurai case. Things look bad, I'm not gonna lie, but I believe in our defendant, our client. I'm not quite sure yet what happened, but I believe in him. Hey, look at him. He's so sweet. He's like a tall Wolverine. I keep waiting for, his claws to come out of his hands, but instead of claws, it's like flowers.
Mr. Wright?
Yes?
Why do you look so unhappy?
Oh, nothing. Really, it's nothing. Right, Mia? Oh, she looks even unhappier. Phoenix. Your client is now practically a dead man walking. Perhaps that's why I feel particularly close to him. This is no time for dead people jokes, please. You know we're going into this trial utterly defenseless. Yet if Mr. Powers is truly innocent, we should be able to find something overlooked in the evidence to prove it. Something overlooked? We had to find something, Phoenix, today. It's that or lose the trial. This isn't going to be easy. Okay. We can do this. We can do this.
Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Will Powers. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Very well. Mr. Edgeworth, your opening statement, please. An unexpected fact has come to the attention of the court. Yesterday we learned that there were other people present at the studios. Today I would like to show evidence proving they had nothing to do with the murder. Very well. You may call your first witness, Mr. Edgeworth. I wonder if it'll be that producer. The prosecution calls Mr. Manella to the stand. Or that director. Will the witness state his name and profession?
How rude can you get?
You don't know me?
Oh my god. Of course.
I'm the director! I make that steel samurai noob! Rolling on the floor laughing! Manella? I'm a director? Television. Were you at Global Studios the day of the murder? Yes, Your Honor. Very well. Please testify to the court about the events of that day.
Phoenix, let's start by picking this testimony apart. If Powers is innocent, you know what that means. Someone in the trailer on that day did it. Right. She doesn't waste any time putting on the pressure.
I was at the studios from around 9 that morning. During the morning, I was doing, an action scene run-through. It took a lot more time than I thought it would. I hear that everyone else ate lunch in the employee area. But I had a meeting in the Studio 2 trailer, so I ended up skipping lunch. We were in the meeting until around 4. During the meeting, well, I'm pretty sure no one left their chairs. That's about it.
That doesn't make sense. We know that there were empty plates outside the Studio 2 trailer. So, why would he say that they didn't have lunch? It doesn't add up. And we know that those had to have been from the day of, because Penny said she hadn't been allowed to clean up any of the food, which implies that she normally does clean up the food. So I'm really struggling with that. It seems like he's lying, but I don't understand why. Maybe he's not lying. Maybe he's confused? Could that be it? Okay.
The time of Mr. Hammer's death was 2:30 p.m. According to your testimony, you were in a meeting at that time. Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination. Yes, Your Honor.
Let's start with the food part.
I was at the studios from around 9 that morning. I was doing an action scene run-through.
Well, also, sometimes I'm supposed to press on ellipses
In the employee area? That's right. It was a fight scene between the Steel Samurai and the evil magistrate. Was anyone else at the run-through? Oh yeah, that security lady was sitting there watching the whole thing. She was cheering on Hammer, if you can believe it. She certainly has the lungs for it. Anyone else? Nope, just us 4. Took a lot more time than I thought it would. I hear that everyone else... But I had a meeting and we ended up skipping lunch. Okay, here's the one that I want to ask about. So, in the end, you didn't get to eat? Yeah, no steak at least. Can you believe it? That must have been tough.
Phoenix.
Yeah?
Doesn't something about that seem odd to you? Yes, it doesn't make sense.
Yeah, it does seem odd now that you mention it. Mr. Manella. Huh? What do you want? When I went to Studio 2, I saw something on the table there. There were 2 plates, the same kind of plates as the ones in the employee area. Who ate lunch there? No, good call. I, was embarrassed, so I didn't mention it. But I did eat after all.
Oh gosh, he's doing the face.
A T-bone steak, you mean? Yeah, well, I mean, the assistant went through all that trouble.
I brought it to the trailer, thinking I could eat it later.
So, when exactly did you eat it? We took 1 break during that meeting.
I, wolfed it down then. A mental image I will carry with me to the grave.
Wait a second. If they took a break in that meeting, that contradicts his testimony. I'll press on that one a bit more. That one. You didn't take a single break?
Well... Yeah! Not a 1! What's he sweating so much about, I wonder? If only I had an idea. Wait a second! Maybe I do have an idea! Wait a second! Mr. Manella, you've just contradicted yourself! Didn't you just tell the court that you ate a T-bone steak during the break? Ooh, rolling on the floor laughing? Well? Mr. Manella, what's this about? Well, yeah, I guess I did take a little break. Phoenix, great job! If they took a break, one of them could have gone to the studio during that time. Your Honor, I call on the witness to testify to the court about this break. Very well. Mr. Manella, your testimony, please. Uh-oh. Edgeworth is laughing. Yeah, that worries me too. Yeah, for what it's worth, we took a break, rolling on the floor laughing. But it was only 15 minutes. 15. That's only 13 in base 12. Not enough time for someone to say, commit murder in Studio 1. Lol. That's only just enough time to eat his T-bone steak, if you ask me. Help. Stop doing the tongue. I don't think it would be enough time even for that, but that's just me. I want to point out that he also apparently ate the bone, because I didn't see any bones either. Very well. You may begin the cross-examination. Let's check that. Was it really... What were you doing for those 15 minutes? Eating my T-bone steak. What else? There were 2 plates on that table. Oh, right. The other one was Diva's. Sorry, Divasquez plate. Oh, I was wondering what the pun was. Divasquez. Divasquez, the producer. To eat a T-bone steak in 15 minutes is quite a feat. I don't know what to press. We'll start at the beginning. Oh, here we go. That's a good one. What time exactly did you take this break? I'd say it was from around 2:30 or so to 2:45. 2:30? That's the time of death. So he could have gone to Studio 1, killed Hammer, and come back. I guess it's possible time-wise. Why is that?
Objection!
Haven't we had enough of this pointless line of questioning? Your Honor, the testimony to this point has made one certain fact painfully clear. The people in the trailer had nothing to do with this murder. It was impossible for any of them to go to Studio 1. What? Something wrong, Mr. Wright? Surely you aren't suggesting one of the people in the trailer went to Studio 1? Well, Mr. Wright? Phoenix, this is critical. Think about it before you give your answer. Do you claim someone from the trailer went to Studio 1? If the... If the break was at 2:30... then... they couldn't have, because supposedly the monkey head was blocking the path from 2:15 onward. So I'll say no.
I don't want to write off so many possible suspects, but I can't keep claiming the impossible either. I agree that it was impossible for anyone in the trailer to go to the studio in that time.
Ha! I thought you might be thoughtlessly treading on thin ice again. But I see you had at least an inkling of the truth. What do you mean, Mr. Edgeworth?
It's quite simple. The break in the trailer meeting came right at the time of death. However, the path from there to the scene of the crime was blocked. The fallen Ms. Monkeyhead barred the way. At around 2:15, a strong gust of wind knocked off the studio mascot's head. Ergo, when the people in the trailer took a break at 2:30, the way to the studio was blocked. Blocked by Ms. Monkey's severed head. It's actually Mr. Monkey, but Edgeworth has a point. And somehow I feel no desire to correct him. I believe we have seen enough evidence. I would like to relieve Mr. Manella from the stand.
What? It's Hofer?
Very well. The court's opinion on this case is as follows. We have found that there were several other people in Studio 2 on the day of the murder. However, it is also clear that none of these people could have gone to Studio 1. They therefore have no relation to this case. Furthermore, with regards to the photo of the Steel Samurai, given the size of the costume, no one other than Mr. Powers could have worn it that day. All that is lacking is decisive evidence that he is the one who did it. If we had that, I'm afraid I would have to find Mr. Powers guilty. Your Honor, the prosecution is pleased to announce that we indeed have decisive evidence. A witness. Who is this witness, Mr. Edgeworth? My witness saw the very moment when the Steel Samurai skewered the victim. Order! I will have order! I see. The court will take a 10-minute recess, after which we will hear your witness. Court is adjourned for recess.
What do we do now, Mia? If everyone in that trailer has an alibi. I'm sorry, Phoenix. I guess I was wrong. Mia, don't tell me you're giving up. If you give up, what hope do I have? Don't get me wrong. I've never given up on a trial before, not while there was a chance. Only one thing became clear in your cross-examination. The people in the trailer could not have gone to Studio 1. I thought there was more to it than that. But I was wrong. That's all there is.
What's going to happen to me? It kind of seems like everyone in that courtroom thinks I did it. They think I'm a murderer.
Don't worry, Mr. Powers. If you are innocent, we will prove it. I guarantee it. Leave it to us and be yourself. Be strong. You are the Steel Samurai, hero to children everywhere after all.
Thanks.
Okay, Phoenix. This one's for the kids. Let's do it. Now I have dead girl walking stuck in my head because earlier she said our client was a dead man walking. Demon Queen of High School has decrees.
Okay, here we go. Recess over. Court is back in session for the trial of Mr. Will Powers. The prosecution has a concern, as our witness is a grade schooler of tender years and this is a murder case. We worry that the defense might cause unnecessary trauma with his cruel questioning. Nice to see Edgeworth taking the moral high ground. However, we have no choice. The prosecution calls Cody Hackins to the stand. Your Honor, perhaps you could arrange for a box that he could stand on? Oh, right. Guard, please bring him a box. One of those donut crates should do. Will the witness state his name and grade in school?
Witness. What? Just because you're all grown up doesn't mean you could push me around.
Cody, answer his question, okay?
Hey, it's you, the nice lady.
I'm Cody Hackins. I'm in the 2nd grade.
I get the feeling this is going to be a long, long day. Mr. Edgeworth, please remember that you're speaking to a child. Try to be gentle.
Hey, Jerry. Speaking of babies, are you in the 2nd grade, Jerry? Are you in 2nd kitty grade?
Yes, you are.
Yes, you are. No, you're not in 2nd grade. You're in 3rd grade. Did you skip a grade? Yes, you did. Why did you do that? Good girl. Good girl. So ambitious. My little Slytherin girl. Yes, 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 yes. Yes, 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 yes. Yes.
Witness. Cody. He's having trouble with this gentle thing.
Nothing. I'm not still shipping them. Definitely wasn't thinking naughty jokes. Pure as the driven snow over here.
You were present. Were you at Global Studios on the day of the incident?
You got a problem with that?
Please tell us what you saw that day.
What, Pops? You want me to tell you and Gramps with the beard over there?
Just Mr. Edgeworth would be fine. I prefer bearded gentlemen, if you please. A very long day. Incidentally, photographic equipment is strictly forbidden in this courtroom. My apologies, Your Honor. He said he wouldn't testify if he couldn't bring it. I'd like special permission if that's possible. Wait, so you're saying you had to bargain terms with a kid and you lost?
Hey, I just got this new camera. I don't really know how to use it all that good yet, but I bring it with me wherever I go.
Phoenix, I wonder if he had that camera on the day of the murder. You'd better make a note of it in the court record.
Very well, Cody. Please testify to the court about what you saw the day of the incident.
I wanted to see a Steel Samurai rehearsal just once. I found a map on the internet and went to the studios that day. I went through the woods off the path so that old lady wouldn't catch me. I was going for the studio. I got kinda lost on the way though, for about 30 minutes. When I came out by the studio, there was the Steel Samurai. It totally rocked. Right before my eyes, out came the bad guy. Of course, this Steel Samurai took him down. Pow! If I had my camera with me, that would have been the time for a shot, I tell you. Anyway, I couldn't get into the studio, so I went home.
Very well. The defense may begin its cross-examination, but be gentle. Remember, you're talking to a child. This kid is tougher than most adults we see in here, honestly. Okay, she said to ask about the camera, so we're going to ask about that. Gently. We're gonna put it, present, and we're gonna give him the camera. Cody, what you just said seems a little strange. Didn't you say before that you always bring your digital camera with you wherever you go? You were quite clear about that. Huh? Cody, you shouldn't lie here. You understand that, right? Mr. Wright, a word with you. Oh, was I putting the pressure on too much? What is this digital contraption you're talking about? It's, a digital camera, Your Honor. It's kind of a new sort of camera. He already knows it's a camera. He's told Edgeworth it wasn't allowed in the courtroom. I see. Anyway, Cody, I can't believe you wouldn't bring your camera on a trip to the studios. You did bring it, didn't you? Mr. Wright, how cruel you are to terrorize a poor child so. I don't care if he's a child or a prosecuting attorney. No one should lie in court. What do you mean, or a prosecuting attorney? Just kiss.
Hi, baby. Crispy, are you sleeping good?
Well, Cody? What? Yeah, so I had my camera, so what? You got a problem with that? So you did have a camera, and you did use this camera. Why would I use it? I was too busy watching. Very well. Please testify to the court about what you were so busy watching. Yeah, I have my camera with me. But I was glued to the action! I couldn't take my eyes off it! The Steel Samurai, he goes for the bad guy, wham! Then the bad guy stopped moving. He's so strong! The Steel Samurai rules! Okay. Is that all? Well, that was brief. Mr. Wright, your cross-examination. I had my camera with me. I was glued to the action. I couldn't take my eyes off it. There's an ellipsis. Why? Huh? What do you mean, why? Why wasn't the bad guy moving? Well, because this Steel Samurai brought him to justice. How exactly did he do that? How did he do it? With a samurai kick, and a samurai punch, and a samurai chop, and a samurai slap. Something like that. He's still being very vague about this. What? Don't give me that look, Pops! How should I play this? Cody? What? Something's bothering me. Before, you said that you
couldn't take your eyes off the action.
Yeah? So what?
Yet you missed the most important part.
Objection!
What is the meaning of this? The witness has stated what he saw quite clearly.
Objection!
You know as well as I do that he's being vague. Tell me, what kind of murderer uses a samurai slap? My point is this. Cody, you may have seen some of the Steel Samurais fight, but you missed the most important part, the killing blow. Order.
Mr. Wright. How could this be? Can you explain how he might have missed something so vital?
Well, that's the thing. Phoenix, I believe you're on the right track with this. Think, why didn't Cody see the climax of the fight? I know you could figure this out.
Mr. Wright, your answer. We have ascertained that this young boy is a great fan of the Steel Samurai. Why wouldn't he watch the climax of the fight?
I don't know the answer. Okay, think. He couldn't watch it. I can't think of a couldn't reason. His eyes seem to work. There's no suggestion of getting, like something in his eyes and keeping him from looking. I mean, normally I would say that maybe he was scared or too freaked out to watch, but I don't even think he realized it was fiction, or that it wasn't fiction. I don't think he looked away from, like, squeamishness, because I don't think he realized it wasn't real. Plus, also, I don't think little kids get squeamish about death. They're amazingly grim little monsters. Gotta love them. So... I don't think he couldn't watch it. He was watching something else. I mean, somebody could have walked up and talked to him or said something to him, but... I mean, first of all, he didn't say anything to suggest that. And second of all, it's honestly hard to believe that anything could distract him from his hero that he loves so much. So that leaves present evidence.
Yes, Your Honor. Why did Cody look away from the fight?
Oh, he was trying to get a picture. He was looking at his camera. That's why they made such a big deal of the camera.
Take that!
Here's my proof. What's that? The camera? The witness stated that he recently received this camera. Yes, I'm aware of that. He wasn't entirely familiar with its operation. I'm aware of that too. Oh, correct. Why would Cody be looking somewhere else at the critical moment? He was looking at his camera. He was trying to take a picture. Hey! Bullseye. What's your problem, Pops?
You got a thing for picking on little kids.
Pressing, not picking.
Good job, Phoenix! Cody was lying, clearly. Smart of you to realize there was no way he could just stand there watching his hero and not take a picture.
Right. Cody, there was only one reason why you would have looked away from the fight, and that was because you wanted to take a picture. But having just received your camera, you weren't used to using it yet. So you missed the climax of the fight, correct?
Yeah.
Well, Phoenix, I'll bet you anything he's hiding more than that. Have him testify again.
Right. Mia means business. Your Honor, the defense would like to request that Cody Haggins testify once more. Very well. Cody, could you please tell us about your camera and about why you didn't take a picture of the fight? Welcome to the real world, kid. Okay, here we go.
Oh no, he's about to cry. Yeah, you're right, Pops. The Steel Samurai had just escaped from the clutches of the villain.
So I held up my camera to take a picture.
But the lens wouldn't open in time, so I missed it.
That's all that happened. Yep. Anything strange in that testimony, Mr. Wright? I'm not sure, but I'd like to proceed with the cross-examination anyway. I'm going with the that's all that happened. Yup. That was crisp. Yeah, see, he even skipped a word.
I don't like that. I'm both grateful that the game gives you some clues as to when to press, and yet, as someone who does stutter under stress, that doesn't mean I'm lying, it's just I stutter. But I'm grateful for the heads up.
That's all? Yeah, I told you I didn't take a picture. I would have once I got the lens open. Did he really not take a picture? Not even one. He definitely would have taken a picture. There's got to be something here I can use. Cody. Listen up, Cody Hackins. I know exactly what happened that day. You took a picture.
Hey!
Bullseye? How did you know? I see through all your lies, Cody Hackins. It's just one of my powers.
Wow!
This feels great!
Yeah, I took a picture.
Perhaps you can change your testimony to reflect this, Cody?
I took a few shots, but it was too late, so I erased them. I don't believe that for a second.
You erased them?
Yeah. Why would you erase a picture of your beloved Steel Samurai victorious? Well, you know, why would I want to keep a picture like that?
He's becoming less and less cooperative. I better find a clear contradiction soon, or some solid evidence. How can I pick holes in such a short testimony? There has to be something. Dig up the dirt, Phoenix. Find out what this kid's all about.
But he has a scrapbook. He keeps every victory scene he's ever... This would have been the coup de grace.
Objection!
Cody.
What? Man, every time you say Cody, follow it with something bad.
I just wanted to thank you for giving me this the other day.
Huh? Oh, right. What was it you told me then?
I go to every live performance. I always take a picture when the Steel Samurai lands the final blow. I got them all. I never missed one. A perfect collection.
Cody, did you really get a picture of the Steel Samurai standing victorious over his foe? If you did, I find it hard to believe that you would just erase it. Wouldn't you keep it for your album? Mr. Wright, what exactly is this album? It's called Path to Glory. It's a collection of pictures of the Steel Samurai, all taken by Cody Hackins. He claims it's a perfect collection of every battle the Steel Samurai has ever won. I see. Don't you find this very odd, Your Honor? Among all his pictures of the Steel Samurai, none were taken that day. Order. Mr. Wright, have you an explanation? If the Steel Samurai had just defeated his adversary, I certainly would expect to see a picture of it in this album. Exactly my point, Your Honor. No. Wait, no way.
Phoenix? I think we finally discovered the truth. And what a truth it is!
Mia, are we sure about this?
Did he actually... Yes. I'm pretty sure what you're thinking is right. Tell them, Phoenix. Tell them what the truth is.
Mr. Wright, please explain to the court what is going on here. Why was there no picture in the album from the day of the murder? Why would the boy have erased the photos he took? Photos were blurry. No, he erased them by mistake. That wouldn't have caused so much The Steel Samurai didn't win? But that doesn't make any sense.
But it's the only explanation that does make sense. In terms of Cody's psyche. It explains why he's so defensive. But... okay.
I can think of only one reason, Your Honor. The Steel Samurai didn't win. That's why Cody deleted those photos. You mean the Steel Samurai lost? Well, Cody, I'm right, aren't I? Tell the truth. The bad guy defeated the Steel Samurai.
No way! No! It's impossible! The Steel Samurai never loses! But how? How does that... He never loses to anyone! Ever!
Your Honor. The witness has revealed everything with his words. There was a reason why he lied and told us he didn't take a picture. The same reason he erased his precious photos. For Cody, it was inconceivable that the Steel Samurai could be defeated. However, Cody witnessed the impossible. He saw the Steel Samurai lose. Yet to admit what he saw would destroy everything he believed in. That's why he lied and said the Steel Samurai won. He couldn't handle the truth. Oh my god. It's the quote from A Few Good Men. can't handle the truth.
Oh god.
What a terrible quote. Order. I will have order. Witness. I mean, Cody. Is this true? What did you see? Tell the court what you saw.
The music is all excited.
Cody, that day, you saw the Steel Samurai lose a fight. Right?
Okay. You're right. The Steel Samurai fell down. Then he didn't move.
Order! What kind of stunt are you trying to pull, Wright? The Steel Samurai was the murderer, not the victim. Yet according to your witness's testimony, the Steel Samurai was the one who fell.
Oh, you know what feels significant? Hold on. I have to. They didn't find the costume. They didn't find the costume of the Steel Samurai. If the victim died in that costume, the murderer would have had to hide it or get rid of it or incinerate it because it would be covered in blood, in the victim's blood from the inside, and you wouldn't be able to frame the Steel Samurai guy because you would know that the victim had been wearing the costume, the Steel Samurai costume. But why? Why would he wear the...
Mr. Wright, what is going on? Apparently, we have all made a serious error. An error? What's this all about? The Steel Samurai was the victim. If you understand what really happened, it's actually quite simple. At the end of the fight, the Steel Samurai fell to the ground and lay still. In other words, the Steel Samurai was not the killer. He was the victim. Don't you see? Jack Hammer was the Steel Samurai. Order! So, the Steel Samurai in this photograph. You're saying the man in this costume was the victim? Mr. Jack Hammer? That's what I'm saying, Your Honor. Jack Hammer was present at the action scene run through that morning. He obviously knew about Will Power's foot injury. But wait, hadn't Mr. Hammer gone to Studio 1 already? That's what everyone thought. But remember what Ms. Oldbag said in her testimony?
On the day of the murder, I arrived at the guard station at 1 p.m. Did I see poor old Hammer? No. He'd already gone to the studio before I got back to the guard station.
Mr. Jack Hammer left the employee area after lunch. However, no one saw him go to Studio 1. Nor was there a picture of him. He waited for Mr. Powers.
I wondered why there wasn't a picture of him going to... I think I've even said that. So, the reason there was no picture of him going to the studio is because there was a picture of him going to the studio. It was him going as a samurai.
He waited for Mr. Powers to take a nap in his dressing room. Then he snuck into the dressing room and stole the Steel Samurai costume. Why would the victim do such a thing? I don't know.
I get it. I thought that the Steel Samurai was moving strange. So it was a different person inside the suit. Pops!
Me? What?
Actually, there was one piece of data I saved.
Data?
Yeah, a photo on my digital camera.
What? Show us, quick!
No way, man. Not if you're gonna look at me like that.
Now!
Here, this is it. Well... Wait. Why does that say 2? That's Studio 2.
Looking at this, it's still a little hard to say. I'm afraid it could be anyone in that costume. Your opinion, Mr. Wright? I agree, Your Honor. This isn't decisive evidence. I'm sorry, this doesn't look like it's the proof we need. I'll give it back.
Wait, Phoenix!
Mia, what?
Look at that photo once more! That's it, Phoenix! That photo is all the evidence you need to win this trial!
What? Your Honor! May I see that photo once more, please? Certainly. I don't see why not.
Phoenix, show him! There's a glaring, decisive inconsistency with the facts as we know them in that photo!
It's this. It's the 2.
Take that!
Your Honor, look at this. I see a gate. Might I draw your attention to the number on that gate? The number? Oh, yes. Well, it's hard to see, but it looks like a 2. Clearly not a 1, Your Honor, correct? Oh, I believe Mr. Edgeworth sees what I'm getting at. But that's impossible. What's all this about? Please explain, so that I might be shocked along with the rest of the court.
I don't care, I love him.
Please explain, so that I may be shocked along with the rest of the court. I'll use the studio guide map. The body was found here in Studio 1. However, what do we see in this photo taken at the time of the murder? It does not say 1 on that gate in the photo. Your Honor, here is the true scene of the crime.
Take that!
Here, at Studio 2. I see! That would explain the 2 on the gate in the photo. Your Honor, I find it very significant that the murder took place in Studio 2. The trailer was there. As you may recall, there is a trailer in Studio 2. On that day, a meeting was held in that very trailer. There was a break in the meeting corresponding to the time of death. During that break, Mr. Salmonella and Ms. D. Vasquez were outside eating steak. They were at the scene of the crime. The path to the trailer was blocked. So we have heard. The path was blocked at 2:15. In other words, the victim went to Studio 2 before that time. Yes, I suppose that would be the case. Remember Mr. Salmonella's testimony. Allow me to remind the court. He said no one in the trailer was guilty because they could not have gone to Studio 1. Yet in actuality, the reverse was true. Only someone in that trailer could have committed this murder. They were the only ones with access to the scene of the crime, Studio 2. Order! Order! The defense makes the following claims. The scene of the crime was Studio 2. The person that the security guard, Ms. Olbag, saw was the victim, Mr. Jack Hammer. Mr. Hammer, for some reason, stole a steel samurai costume. Then he went to Studio 2. This is madness. Jack Hammer is the victim. The victim! Why would he steal a steel samurai costume? Are you suggesting he did so to cover up the details of his own murder? No, of course not. Or do you have proof? Give me proof that the victim, Jack Hammer, stole the costume. Oh, we have the bottle. I have proof. You do? You do, Mr. Wright?
Yes! Now that they're so surprised, suddenly I'm much less confident. I think I'm right, though.
Here's my proof that Jack Hammer stole the costume.
This.
Take that!
This is it. An empty medicine bottle? I found this on the table in the employee area. The same table where Mr. Hammer and Mr. Powers ate. The label reads, sleeping pills. Sleeping pills. The defendant, Mr. Powers, spent that entire afternoon sleeping. He was drugged by Mr. Hammer. Hammer time. I'm sorry, I've been holding that one in. I love how we're all just still discussing this in front of delicate child Cody, despite the fact that, like, he's a delicate child and presumably should not be exposed to any of this murder talk, but I guess that ship has sailed. Wait a moment. That bottle does raise some suspicions, yes. But there is no proof that Mr. Hammer used it. I don't suppose it has a subscription or a prescription label with his name on it, huh? Your Honor, I have an idea. Fingerprint the bottle? That seems like a good idea. Testing Powers' blood wouldn't make any sense. It's been like 2 days. Any indication of sleeping pills will have left the system. And besides, that doesn't prove that Hammer was the one who drugged him. Examining Hammer's body doesn't make sense because him handling a pill bottle would not leave physical trace. So yeah, fingerprint the bottle. An idea? Well, let's hear it. I want to check this bottle for fingerprints. If my claim is true, Mr. Hammer's fingerprints should show up on the bottle.
Don't like that, do you, Edgeworth?
I suppose you're right. Very well. The court will take possession of the bottle.
Please don't let Edgeworth handle it. I'm pretty sure he fabricates evidence. I mean, he's all but admitted to that in the past, I think.
The court will suspend proceedings on the current trial for today. Cody Hacken's testimony has revealed new possibilities in this case. In fact, things may have happened very differently than we previously thought.
You think? You should declare my client innocent right here and now. It doesn't... I mean, it matters who did it, but it definitely wasn't my client.
The steel samurai seen by Ms. Oldbag may have been the victim, Jack Hammer. The scene of the crime was not Studio 1, but Studio 2. And those in the trailer did have time to commit the murder. Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. Your homework is to find the answer to the following question. Why would Mr. Hammer steal the steel samurai costume? Also, who killed him and why? find the answers for me by tomorrow.
That's a lot of homework.
Mr. Edgeworth. You will need to reconsider your stance in this case. Above all, you will need to reconsider your suspicion of Mr. Will Powers. As you say, Your Honor, this trial will be extended until tomorrow. This is the last extension.
He's not guilty!
Very well. Court is adjourned.
Let him go!
That was a close one.
We were saved by a hair, but that's all that counts. I thought seriously about going home about 3 times during the trial.
Me too. Really? You both seem so confident. Ha! Maybe I should take up a career in acting. I was ready to pronounce you dead about 3 times back there.
Me too.
Dead?
Oh, of course we're kidding.
Are you sure? I wasn't kidding. Now, Mr. Powers, we have to go make our final investigation. But I promise you, we'll find the true killer by tomorrow's trial. Right, thanks!
Oh, it's to be continued again. Oh dear. I was expecting to finish today's. Oh, and we're well over the hour, so I can't just keep going. I'm sorry. But that was very exciting, wasn't it? We were a dead man walking, and now we're so clearly innocent that it is absolutely unethical for the judge to continue the trial. The defense should be done. The prosecution has to go back to but whatever, we'll just do Edgeworth's job for him. It's fine. So we'll do that the next episode. Once again, this is Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney, and my name is Anna Mardal. I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.